So, picture 8. Forgetting the ox and the self. The stages get more and more subtle towards the end. In picture 7, the student has let go of the ox, but the self remains. In picture 8, the ox, the self, the whip, the tether are all one. Nothing remains. Body and mind have dropped away. Or, as they say in California, the lights are on but nobody's home. I don't think they realize they're describing enlightened beings. So the picture is the great Enzo, an empty circle that holds everything. Nothing is outside the circle. So even the drawing of a boundary messes up the understanding. Nothing is outside the circle, and it is empty. And it is empty. And everything in it is empty. Poems that go with this, the picture of this, I'm not even sure this is a stage, of the experience, are shedding worldly feelings, erasing holy thoughts. You do not linger where the Buddha is. You dash right past where the Buddha is not. Don't cling to duality, or the thousand-eyed one will find you. If birds were to bring you flowers, what a disgraceful scene. Whip in line, and you and the ox all gone to emptiness, into a blue sky for words too vast. Can a snowflake survive the fire of a flame pit? Attain this, truly be one with the masters of the past. And the waka. No clouds or moon or cassia tree, swept clean, lost in the sky. I remember giving Michael Thaler Chukai just before he died, and I gave him the name Vast Sky. I loved it. And he died shortly after. It's a very moving Chukai. It's up to you. You were there. Remember Michael?
Oh, yes. I didn't know that was his last name, but definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave me that Buddha statue.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
So this picture reminds me of Dogen Zenji's enlightenment story. He was in China studying with his teacher, Ju Qing. And once during late night zazen, he heard Ju Qing say to the monks, studying Zen is the dropping off of body and mind. Hearing this, Dogen was suddenly greatly awakened. He went to the abbot's room and offered incense. Ju Qing asked, "Why are you offering incense?" Ju Qing said, "Body and mind have dropped off." I'm sorry, I said Ju Ching said that. It wasn't Ju Ching. Dogen said body and mind have been dropped off. Ju Ching said body and mind have dropped off. The dropped off body and mind. So notice the grammar that Dogen used. Body and mind have been dropped off. He does not say, I have dropped off body and mind. The sense of I-ness is gone. Just body and mind. Gone. Spaciousness is left. So let's look at the verse. Shedding worldly feelings, erasing holy thoughts, you do not linger where the Buddha is. Worldly feelings simply drop away. Feels like all by themselves. And it does not give rise to a sense of being holy, of being Buddha, of being special in any way. That wanting to be special is a sticking place. Wanting to be seen as special is a sticking place. It's just what is happening in that instant. I was reading something interesting on the internet in one of my Zen teacher listservs about Deshimaru's grandfather teacher. Isho, I think his name is. And apparently he wrote a really interesting statement that posture is the whole thing. It's not posture and meditate. It's just posture. So there's been a really interesting exchange between the Zen teachers. Like, what does he mean? You know, is this a metaphor? Is this, could he possibly mean don't bother to meditate, just sit properly? And so there's, a lot of very interesting and scholarly exchanges on this point. And the last thing I read was that Isho, his name was, I think it was Isho, was a practitioner of the Alexander technique, which is all about posture and aligning the spine and walking correctly. And his experience was that if you align your spine and head properly and carry your head correctly so that it sits directly above your spine, that enlightened posture is enlightenment. And I was thinking about that. I was just sort of pondering it. So I'm sure my posture isn't so perfect as described in this, but it is true that if you just sit and you don't encourage your thoughts, but you just sit, they do fall away. If you sit long enough, they do stop all by themselves. So the natural order of mind is what's under the thoughts, and that begins to arise. Now, they don't stop for long, but they do stop. So you do not pause where the Buddha is not. This is like if you see the Buddha on the road, kill him. You all know that puzzling phrase? You see the Buddha on the road, kill him. The Buddha is not outside of you. He is not outside of you. She is not outside of you. You are already the Buddha. Thoughts of Buddha and Buddhahood are completely gone at this point. No sticking place. No concept to hold on to. Nothing to grasp. Just your life unfolding in the spaciousness, in the vast sky. And I like this next line. Don't cling to duality, or the thousand-eyed one will soon find you. So what happens when we cling to duality? We suffer, right? We suffer. Doesn't take long. I, me. So sad. So hard. And who is the thousand-eyed one? Kanzeon, or Avalokiteshvara. 1,000 eyes and 1,000 hands to relieve the suffering. So the moment you move back into duality, you are a target for Avalokiteshvara to come save with her vast compassion. And if the birds were to bring you flowers, as they do in the Lotus Sutra, to all the Buddhas, flowers coming from everywhere, you would be stuck in being a Buddha again. Somebody special. Whip and line, and you and the ox, all gone to emptiness, into a blue sky for words too vast. An understanding of the emptiness of all things now pervades. It's just blue sky with occasional clouds passing by. Everything is interconnected. Everything is impermanent. This view of the world holds. This is the view you see from. Can a snowflake survive the fire of a flame pit? Everything falls away. Enlightenment is gone. Delusion is gone. Attainment is gone. Non-attainment is gone. There is just this. This is pretty good, right? It's hard to speak about this stage because there is nothing there. No clouds or moon or cassia tree, swept clean, lost in the sky.